Hello everyone. I want to start by saying that I wasn't originally going to speak on this subject. But today, seeing everything that people have been saying, and I'll get to that, but it just felt so too fresh, and I kind of almost felt like I didn't have authority to speak on the subject because I'm not invested in the way that people who are in those political parties in that country and things like that. I'm obviously talking about the awful assassination of Charlie Kirk that happened yesterday. Obviously I'm not American, I'm not from that country, I live here in the UK, but let me get into it. So I was first introduced, I guess, to Charlie Kirk via social media years ago, probably back when the lockdowns were happening during the COVID lockdowns and everyone had a little too much time on their hands and the internet really kind of boomed, social media boomed and people posting videos, making videos, talking about various different subjects, and I would see all sorts of things, but a lot was things that Charlie Kirk was saying. And I don't pretend to know too much about politics, especially those in different countries. I don't follow too much on that, the different parties, different people's stances, different beliefs. But what I did like about what Charlie Kirk would say is I loved his faith and the things he would say regarding that. He seemed to really love his country. He seemed to really want to bring out the greatness in that, the true patriot, I feel, and I really admired that. He also seemed to stand up for women's rights as well, in a day and age that really tried to push them down, to make way for other things, other lifestyles, and he was traditional in his views. And to some extent, I really admired that. And, it's just so sad that this has happened. And I was in bed last night when the news broke. Obviously, there is a time difference between the UK and the US. So for me, I heard about it about 9 o'clock last night and about the shooting. And then a little time after, I heard that he had died. And it made me sad. It really did. To think about his family was awful. And so I woke up today, went on Instagram, that's my go-to, and saw reels, and that sadness kind of turned into anger, I guess. The things people are saying. Let me just... If you're celebrating someone's death, you're horrible. Horrible. Whether or not you believe in what they were saying, if you're opposed to it, a person has died in such a horrible way in front of his family. And it's horrible. Above all else, above whatever you believe, we are all part of one same species, okay? We're the human race, and there's a lot of horrible things that go on in this world. But in my opinion, Charlie didn't hurt anybody, really. He just spoke. If you didn't like what he had to say, just don't listen, right? Go, move on, watch something else. Don't go to his events, don't do this. If you like to have a healthy debate, then that's for you, because that's what he did. I feel like he could back up his arguments with facts. Now I was going to say views and opinions, but then he had his opinions, but he had facts to broaden that, and he was very good at debating. It's just sad, and I just wanted to say that everybody out there, having celebrations because someone has died is sick. You're sick. And I don't care if you agree with me. I'm standing up for what is right, and what is right is supporting your fellow human. And that's really about it.